everyone. We are Group 9, and on today's episode of Thinking About Drinking, we will be talking about binge drinking and breaking the norms of drinking among college students. My name is Anayeli, and hosting with me are Christine, Erika, Kiana, Kim, Hannah, and Mariana.
As college students at San Jose State, we see firsthand the prevalence of binge drinking across campuses, especially in the Greek life community. Every day, our peers are affected by binge drinking, which is why this health issue is such a crucial topic for us to speak about. To truly understand the effects of binge drinking on San Jose State's campus, later we will be joined by a member of Greek life to gain an inside perspective.
We hope that after listening to the facts about binge drinking and hearing the story of our guest, you will watch how much you drink and use learned resources to help your friends when drinking. For more information, visit the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism website.
Okay, to start us off, I have a game of true or false about binge drinking that we can play to kind of test our knowledge about it, and the listeners can play along as well. So our first question is true or false? The best way to sober up is by eating bread or drinking coffee.
No, I actually have always heard that eating bread is the best way because it absorbs the alcohol.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that theory too.
Well, joke's on you guys. This is actually false. All you need is time in order to sober up. And everything else people talk about is a myth. And the next one is true or false? A glass of beer and a glass of wine contain the same amount of pure alcohol.
I believe that's false because I know some drinks have a higher percentage of alcohol.
Maybe that's true, but I'm not really sure.
And the answer is actually false. It depends on the size of a glass and the strength of a drink. And it can take up to 6 hours to fully filter out the alcohol from the blood. So thank you guys for playing. Now we're going to go to Erika to go over some facts about binge drinking.
What is binge drinking? According to the CDC, binge drinking is a pattern of drinking alcohol that brings blood alcohol concentration, BAC, to 0.08% or higher. According to the NIAAA, 53% of college students aged 18 to 22 drank alcohol, and 33% had engaged in binge drinking during that time frame. Many students view drinking in college as an important part in their higher education. Constant misuse of alcohol consumption has many consequences. And here's Kim to talk about some of those consequences.
Alrighty, some of the risks associated with binge drinking include acute harm such as blackouts, overdoses, and unsafe sexual behavior. Potentially deadly consequences include falls, burns, drownings, and even car crashes. According to the NIAAA, about 1 in 4 college students reporting experiencing academic difficulties from drinking, such as missing classes or getting behind in schoolwork. According to the Addiction Center, binge drinking is far more common among Creeks-affiliated students. 4 out of 5 fraternity and sorority students are binge drinkers. In comparison, only 2 out of 5 college students are regular binge drinkers. Now I'll pass it on to Kiana.
Yeah, and I think it's sometimes really hard to fully comprehend just how dangerous binge drinking can be because some people do it all the time and nothing bad happens to them. But there are many cases where people are harmed or can become pretty deadly. In 2017, there was an incident that happened at Penn State during a fraternity pledge ceremony. Fraternity brothers forced the pledges to participate in a drinking game where they would consume 4 to 5 drinks in the span of 2 minutes. There was one freshman pledge who suffered a catastrophic fall down a flight of stairs after consuming those drinks, and he unfortunately died. And at the time of the fall, it was estimated that his blood alcohol concentration was 0.4%. One of the scariest things about this story is that no one called for help until 12 hours after he fell. And one of the reasons was because they were scared about getting in trouble. This incident is just one of many college binge drinking stories that have taken a turn for the worse and unfortunately resulted in someone injuring themselves and passing away.
Thank you so much, Kiana, for sharing that story. I'll be introducing our guest speaker, Colette, who is a member of San Jose State Greek Life and over the age of 21. Thank you so much for joining us, Colette.
Of course. Hi, Anna.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions today regarding Greek life and binge drinking. The first one I want to start out with is how often do you see students drinking too much?
Typically in college, I think it is usual to see students drinking more than they may need to. I think that our school does a good job of encouraging knowing your limits, so I haven't seen crazy excessive drinking, but definitely more so than you may see on your average day out.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think as a member of Greek life, you've been personally pressured to drink, or have you seen other people pressured to drink?
Personally, no. I've surrounded myself with a good group within Greek life who've all encouraged me to know limits. I have seen in certain situations people maybe not necessarily being pressured by their friends, but feeling pressure just because they're wanting to fit in to drink a little bit more. But I don't know if this is necessarily specifically a Greek life problem or just a culture that we're working to fight within just college life.
Yeah, I definitely agree. College culture definitely contributes to any sort of like drinking or participating in like behaviors like that can cause future health problems. Do you think that Greek life, specifically at San Jose State, acknowledged that alcohol could be a problem? And I mean, you kind of already touched on it, but do you think it is a problem, especially at San Jose State?
I definitely think that San Jose State does a good job and attempts to educate their students and help their Greek life population especially to know and understand the dangers of drinking excessively and know what risks it could have on your health. The school offers workshops and various resources for our students to be able to reach out if they need help. And I think that it is something that is under control. You know, kids, when they go to college, are often likely to experiment with new things. So as long as we're educating everyone, we'll be okay.
Yeah, 100%. And our final question today is, does the Greek Life Association have any protocols if binge drinking is a continuous problem for a student?
Yeah, we do have a few protocols in place. Each chapter has specific rules, and how they handle those situations if they do arise will be different based on the chapter. But typically, if it is reported, then the school would get involved. The advisors of whatever chapter was dealing with the issue would be involved, the students, and they would work together to, talk about the problem, see if the student requires any additional help. It'll always be a case-by-case situation, but I even know that our school has those resources, so I know that they are widely promoted if needed.
Great. I really appreciate you coming by today and speaking to us about binge drinking, Greek life, and your own personal experience. Thank you so much, Colette.
Of course. Thank you.
Here are two resources that SJSU students can seek out, both to keep track of your drinking habits and to provide health services. One resource provided free for SJSU students is eCheckup to Go. eCheckup to Go is a series of interactive online tools designed to give personalized feedback on your use of alcohol, marijuana, and/or tobacco. Each program takes less than 30 minutes to complete. Another resource is the Student Wellness Center. The Student Wellness Center provides wellness and health promotion services, as well as resources such as peer health education, not anymore online training programs, medical services, and counseling. I encourage everyone to take a look at these resources and to share them with your friends and classmates. Just mentioning these resources can be helpful to the health of everyone in the SJSU community. This has been Thinking About Drinking. Thank you for listening to our podcast. I hope we were able to bring more awareness to binge drinking in the college community and that you have learned something new.